Diminished vision, reduced mobility. I have the chance to feel the effects of aging.
This is me when I'm 80 years old.
But for these seniors, there's still a lot more to life. Just ask 92-year-old Xiong Do-ying. He's been in this nursing home for 3 years, though it's still a bit of a shock to him.
I never thought that I could spend my later years in a nursing home because I came from a wealthy family, and my children treat me really well.
Xiong says he loves the old days when he spent quality family time with his son and granddaughter, but his son's family moved abroad for work and education, which left the old man with a problem that money can't solve.
Of course I felt a little uncomfortable when I first moved here, but the more friends I make, the more I like it here.
There are more and more families like Xiong's who will face the same dilemma: where to live when you get old.
Many of the younger generation like us have become global citizens. We travel around the world. Putting our parents in a nursing home gives us feel a sense of security.
According to the World Health Organization, nearly 2 billion people across the world are expected to be over 60 years old by 2050, more than triple the number in the year 2000. Some of the world's largest economies are already having to deal with increased healthcare costs, higher pension costs, and a decreasing proportion of an active workforce. Professor Zheng Zhenzhen has been studying China's population problem for decades.
Well, I think we need to put the population in the society and the economic situation. We are now facing the shift of economic structure, industry structure.
Zheng points out that an aging population also means an aging labor force. Despite having the biggest population of any country in the world, China isn't having enough babies. The decades-old one-child policy was amended in early 2016 to allow more couples to have 2 children. At the same time, the government's population plan warns against too great an increase. The government carrying capacity, food and water supplies, energy production, and medical and public services couldn't handle the strain.
China is getting old. According to the United Nations, it's aging more rapidly than almost any other country in the world. The UN says it would take China just 20 years for the proportion of the elderly population to double from 10% to 20%. The next closest is Japan, where it took 23 years. By comparison, it took Germany 61 years and 64 years for Sweden. And last year in Russia, for the first time since the collapse of the Soviet Union, the birth rate was higher than the death rates. My Moscow colleague Julia Libova tells us what Russia is doing to raise its birth rate and life expectancy.